Hey, okay, so I'm so excited because I just decided to go live instead of doing like 10 little 15-second clips. But I just got finished with my annual. So, sorry guys if you jump on here, but it's that time of the year for me to go get all of my stuff checked out. So I really kind of messed up a little bit because normally last year was really my first time to get a mammogram. I never done a mammo before, and my doctor was kind of getting on to me about it, and my mom was kind of getting on to me about it, but I kind of been putting it off. For the first, I thought about it at 35, but then my insurance wasn't covering it. So I waited, and then, anyway, I'm 40, it's done. I did it last year. 39 years was my first time to get one done. And, it wasn't that awful of an experience. So the squish didn't bother me. So sorry guys, but kind of like a female topic. But what I did was, last year I had scheduled it on the very same day as my annual wellness with my OB/GYN. And so, I meant to do the same thing this year, but then kind of forgot, I guess. I kept forgetting. And so I kind of lucked out because God is so good. Because I went ahead and, my annual wellness with my OB/GYN was scheduled. So I came in for that. And whenever I came in, they said, have you gotten your mammo yet? And I was like, no, I forgot. And she says, oh, well, they moved. They're in a whole new location. They're right here in the same parking lot now. So you don't have to drive around, walk down there. They're usually pretty quiet. I bet you they could get you in, today, this afternoon. And I was thinking, okay, well, as long as it doesn't take too long for me to get back home, because that's my thing. My doctor is like a 45-minute drive from where I live, and my husband is always like, why don't you just change your doctor? And here's my thing. I'm kind of like, nobody likes to shop around for OB/GYNs, right? No woman really wants to shop around for, like the shopping around experience is not too pleasant. And I like my doctor. I don't want to go anywhere else. Anyway, so it's once a year. It's not a big deal. I just invest the 45 minutes and I make the drive. And, the appointment itself is really quick and it's very pleasant. I love the nurse. I love the staff every single time. So I just always look forward to it. And so this time, though, with the fact that she said that the mammo place is in the same parking lot, I'm like, score. Yes, so it's going to make it even more convenient in the future for me to continue to get both my annual exam and my mammo done in one swoop, in one time. So I lucked out. I went over to the mammo place, the screening, and they were like, oh, well, our 10:30 didn't show up. Let's get you in. And I was like, yes, okay, great. So anyway, of course, super important question is to go back and look at my pictures and tell me which famous celebrity would you choose for your cabinet door. I chose Audrey Hepburn, but there was tons of them. There was Helen Keller was my second because she was my daughter's favorite. But Oprah Winfrey was there, and Jackie O was there, and Mother Teresa was there. I mean, so many different, Dolly Parton, so many different women in our history to be able to choose from. So, but I chose a classic, So here's the deal. The reason why in case you missed my little clips, the reason why, the extra thing that I got done today besides the annual and the mammo, which I do want to bring awareness, that's why I'm jumping on live and talking about it and saying, go get yours done. Make sure you're getting it done. I'm bringing awareness because I have a really kind of strange, family tree kind of, so I don't have a straight line connect the dot. I only have that for so far back, so it's super important for me to make sure to just let them run the tests, let them run the labs, let them squish my boobs and, do the scrape or whatever, and, check it out and just be in the know about your health. It's important. It's important to be in the know about your health. If it's not in the mirror, we think it doesn't exist, or we like to pretend that the possibility doesn't exist, but it does, and we need to just be smart. And so, yes, I'm a woman of faith, but I believe that God wants me to know. He wants me to be in the know. So I know how to target my prayer life and what to believe for. The enemy could be trying to attack my body in a way that I discredited or didn't give a second thought to. And my God is all powerful, and he's and everything is possible. And so I need to not be afraid to see. I need to see and believe. So yes, I want to bring awareness. Go get it done. Tell me, give me a high five, give me some hearts, whatever. If you've gotten yours done, or if you haven't yet, but this is kind of like reminding you that it really is important, you need to get it done. So part 2 of the reason why I wanted to go ahead and go live and talk about this was to kind of explain again the difference with my visit this year is that I went ahead. My insurance is not requiring me to get blood work. I want to get blood work done this year. A few years ago, my insurance did require it, and I haven't had it done since then, really. And I remember at the time, I had okay numbers, but some of my bad cholesterol was high, and some of my other numbers were kind of in the moderate to concerning levels, whatever. And again, I'm not big blood work speak, but I noticed a couple things that I wanted to get to work on. So that's when I really started adopting like an annual, at least once a year, usually more than that, but 1 or 2 times a year, making sure that I do a detox and a cleanse and just kind of help my liver out a little bit, and also just got really more intentional about learning about nutrition for health and healing. So everybody knows who follows me. If you don't know, I'm partnered with a company that creates a daily, dense, nutritious shake. It's a superfood shake. It's got like 70-something superfoods in it with nothing artificial and no preservatives. And the reason why I say that is because I think sometimes we shop in the store or we shop online on Amazon, but we don't ever really look at the ingredients. We don't really do our research on the company that's producing it. Is their integrity is in place? Is there a reassurance somewhere that I can look to feel reassured that I know the quality of what I'm putting in my body, and I know not just the ingredient list, but where it's sourced from. Where are they getting it, right? So I went to work. This was a few years ago. I went to work on making sure that I get my daily shake-in every single day. It's my prebiotic, my probiotic, my multivitamin, it's got my biotin in there. I mean, it's like tons. It's got my wheatgrass juice in there. It's got it's worth about 5 or 7 salads or something, but I still eat like 5-7 cups of salad a day. But or vegetables. But you know what I'm saying? Like I make sure that I'm getting my phytonutrients in my body. I make sure I'm getting my antioxidants in my body. So even if I don't choose right with the foods that I pick up and put in my mouth every day, because maybe it's an off day, maybe I'm traveling, maybe I went to my mom's house for dinner, or maybe I went to a friend's house for dinner, and what was served wasn't necessarily like Girl Scout material for my body. And so I just make sure that my bases are covered, and I'm doing the best I can. And so when I started doing that, I did see an improvement in my cholesterol levels and my limited understanding of it from just that first 1 year. Now it's been a couple years since I've done it, and I thought, okay, it was like I thought it really is kind of about time. You know, the insurance doesn't require it of me, but I need to know. I need to be in the know. And so if I'm going to be investing the time to spread my legs and get that checked out and get my boobs squished and get that checked out, then I need to go ahead. I need to know what's going on in my body on a cellular level. So take my blood. Take my blood. Let me see what's going on. And if there's anything that I need to be aware of, and let me start attacking it to the best of my ability and my understanding nutritionally before it gets to a place where I would have to do something medically that, you know, but usually by the time you get to that point, it's something, it's way beyond a certain threshold level where, you know, it's chronic and it requires a whole lot more to reverse or deal with than if I could just go at it proactively and actively, like through the choices that I make with my food that I eat. So in that vein, one of the things that I did in my research a year and a half ago was this thing called higher fat, lower carb eating. So I kind of started, I actually fully engaged in it and did that for, I had a notification, sorry. So I did that for a good, I'm trying to remember how many months, but I did it for several months, like solid. Then I kind of fell out of it, you know, and then I kind of went back to it, and then I fell out of it again. But it wasn't like a falling out really, it was like a choice. I kind of made a choice, like I'm gonna have my holidays, and I'm gonna enjoy my holidays. When most of the time, I don't approach it like a diet, it's a lifestyle. And so here I am a year and a half later, and it's very much a lifestyle. I choose foods, I choose to swap out some of my carbs for fats is the biggest thing. And I choose to make sure that my vegetable intake is high, my protein intake is moderate, and that my if I reach for fruit, it's the most nutrient dense fruits like berries, you know, and it's not like loads and loads of it. I make sure I have a much more higher ratio of vegetables to fruit than the opposite, which can, you know, I believe sometimes people, we like fruit, so we eat fruit more than the vegetables because it's more fun, right? But I also stopped being afraid of fat. I started increasing my fats, my healthy fats. I started learning which fats to reach for that would not cause havoc in my body with inflammation and helps with hormonal balance and all that. Because here I was approaching 40, and you know, I've had my little ups and downs of or symptoms show up in my body from hormone fluctuations or things trying to start to happen, you know, and I had 3 babies in under 5 years. So, you know, my body went through a big change just right then and there, and that's when I really started to notice that those hormone changes had started to happen, but didn't know that I could be empowered over them through my nutrition choices. So, on top of that, the other reason why I decided to get blood work is because part of that higher fat lifestyle that I've partnered with some other coaches. We've decided to teach others like what we've learned, right? We're not experts, but we have learned about this. We work with our mentors who are nutrition and health experts in the business, in the field, and who are also lifestyle coaches who mentor us in how to coach others. So we have gotten together, we've gotten our group, and we're working together, collaborating with this phenomenal group of women, and we've got I think 60 women in there that is like on this journey with us who are like, yes, we're getting our blood work done, we're gonna watch the change, the physical transformation from the inside out, because it's not just about in the mirror. It's ultimately about how many days can I live healthy, strong, prospering in this earth and enjoying life to the full. So I love that I'm on this journey, but for anyone who is like questioning, like, why are you doing all that? Is something wrong? No, I'm just being an advocate for my own health. So all that being said, I'm going to head home. If you're interested in any of this stuff that I'm talking about and you want to know more about it, I would love to invite you into our higher fat lifestyle group. We also have a free intermittent fasting, what in the world is intermittent fasting group, because that is another component of what we do in order to help with insulin resistance and hormone and inflammation, chronic inflammation in the body, and symptoms of adrenal fatigue, and just thyroid problems, all of these issues that we have learned about, that we've learned the way to be able to, one, proactively, but two, actively counteract it through our nutrition. No medication. And we're seeing people get off of medication because they're reversing some of their prediabetes. They're reversing some of their inflammation. They're reversing some of all these symptoms that they have been dealing with, whether diagnosed or not. And they're still being responsible. They're talking with their doctor, but they're getting the blood work drawn. They're making the food choices. They're surrounding themselves with accountability and awesome people to give them support on the day-to-day and keep them motivated and focused on the big goal, abundant life. So, all right. Love you guys. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Y'all have a good one. Bye.